I just got to the farm and I'm waiting on Ben to get here. He's leaving work. But Wednesday evening, we went and picked up our first animal that were brought to the farm, and we actually got some extras in on the deal too. But it was too dark to show you guys, so I want to show you. She actually gave us 7 roosters, and we brought them here so that they could free range and just eat some of the bugs and stuff like that because we have so many. This is Jimmy, and he is very, very timid. We're gonna have to work with him on getting used to people. And so, like, if you try and pet him right now, he's probably about to kick me, honestly, but he's bad for kicking. We want him as a protector for our cows and stuff because donkeys are supposed to be awesome because they will absolutely destroy a coyote if a coyote comes near a calf or something. And most animals, they run, but donkeys will actually fight them off. And so that's why we wanted him, but he is our newest addition to the farm. Today we're going to work on tearing out the pantry. His dad is on vacation, and he's normally the one that would help us install the windows. So we got our windows in, but we need to wait on him to get back so that he can show us how to install them, and then we can go from there and install them. Okay, so what we're going to do is the pantry is going to be tore out from over here, and it is now going to be in this corner right here. And it will help cover up the old cellar door and the floor drop. The floor drops right there because there used to be a porch and the doorway there. Corner pantry will help cover that imperfection in the floor up. And so we're going to save all the door and trim and stuff and take that down, and it'll be rebuilt over there with the help of people on Instagram and YouTube and everybody's ideas put together. I think that I finally found out what will work in here, and so that is what we're gonna try and do. If you follow me on Instagram, then you will know what I'm talking about. But my sink that I had in the old house, it was a double basin, double drain board sink, and it's vintage, and it's actually his papaw's, my husband's papaw's mom and dad, so his great grandparents. And when they remodeled their kitchen, they just took it up in the hauler and like dumped it. And whenever we first started dating, I saw it in the creek, and I always wanted it. So whenever I asked about it, and they said I could have it. So we drove up in the hauler and got it, and we installed it in our old house, and we took it with us. And I wanted it in here, but we didn't think it was gonna work. We found that I'm gonna make it work. I want it in this house so bad. So what we're gonna do is the pantry is gonna be gone. So this is gonna be gone, and then it'll open this space up. What we're gonna do is center the sink under this window, and it's a very large sink. I think it's 68 inches overall. And so I think what we're gonna do is I think I wanna put it on pedestals, and then, which none of this is like set in stone. This is just my ideas so far and what I think I'm gonna go with. We're gonna have the double drain board sink underneath the kitchen window, and it'll be center. And then the fridge will be where the pantry is right now. And then we'll have an L in this corner. And then right here in the center of the brick, we're gonna tear out the beams so it'll just be brick. And the stove is gonna sit center of the brick. The stove will be center of the complete wall, like from this corner over to this corner, but it will not be from trim to the corner of the wall. But it's the only thing that I can think to make work in here. Then we're gonna have the island, of course, right here in the middle. From Lowe's, I'll have to order them, but I found interior French doors that are 24 inches. So it would be a 4-foot door right here center. So it would just be like, we'll move it over just a little bit. So it'll be the fridge, the pantry, French doors on that side, and then the island. And then it'll be the sink, counter, stove, and then a small counter and doorway. So that is what we're thinking for in here, and I'm hoping it works. Right now we're waiting on a tile guy to come and give us an estimate on laying the bathroom tile for us, because both of our parents know how to do it, but neither of them are good at it. So we're just gonna hire it done, because my dad laid tile in his house years ago and it cracked and busted. So we just don't want that to happen and have to pay somebody to replace it in 5 or 10 years. So we're just gonna go ahead and pay to have it done now. And so that's like the one job that we're gonna hire done. We're waiting on him to come give us a quote, and then we have to go pick up a bull so that we can get our cows bred. Then we're gonna come back and tear out the pantry. we just now started tearing off the paneling and the chair rail right there, and I popped this piece off just to help that piece come off because I noticed that there was wood right there and it continued on. And what it is there's tongue and groove right here. You can see it. This is the tongue and groove, and what they did is they put paneling over top of it. So we're just going to pop this off and take the paneling off and then leave the tongue and groove and put the chair rail back on top of the tongue and groove. So we just have to go through and take all of it off. Okay, so I just finished popping off the last of the chair rail, and we're still waiting on the tile guy, and then we have to leave to go get the bowl. Okay, so the kitchen is a complete mess now, but we kept all of the trim and the door and the chair rail over there, and then we made quite a bit of progress on the pantry, but we just didn't finish it. We started taking down this, and I love this so much better than that paneling. Like, we were literally going to buy paneling and put back up there because we thought that that's just what was there. At some point, this used to be exposed because we think they had the chair rail right here, and then, as like you can see, and then they just painted this white, and then I guess in later years, they took the chair rail off and put the paneling up because this used to be gray, and now it's white. But, so they at least had this exposed for a little while, and it's already trimmed out and everything. Well, it's not like a trim, but it's just like they put board at the bottom to cover that up. And honestly, that hole is like the only one that we have to fix out of a plug right there and a cord that we'll have to cut out and fix. And then we saved, because over here, there was a space heater, like a wall heater. We took the wood out from there and kept it. I just didn't know what I was going to use it for. And then we just now removed some in the bathroom on the ceiling. And so we have enough, I think, to go back and cover that behind the fridge, which it wouldn't even be like honestly necessary because it'll be hidden. But so we won't have to do much. Like, we just have a couple patches to do and that's it. I love it so much, and I cannot wait to put the chair rail back. I just think it's going to look so much better than paneling would. It makes no sense because when they already had real wood and then they covered it with paneling to make it look like wood. So I just don't understand. I'm sure they had their reasons for why they covered it up. So the tile guy was a little bit late getting here, so we went ahead and ripped out the rest of the pantry. And I know we didn't get the top of it or the walls, but we have to wait until we get the mudroom put back on before we can, or until we're ready to rebuild, because as you can see there's light coming through up there. It's because we just have, it's insulated bubble wrap is the best way I know how to explain it. But I went ahead and cleaned up what I could, like the little bit around there, because I found that if we leave it a mess, whenever we come back, we're just overwhelmed and don't even know where to start. So we like to clean up what we can before we leave, so that we have a little bit of a clean slate whenever we come in the next time. Okay, so the tile guy just left, and before he got here, my husband and I were discussing what kind of price we would be willing to pay and what we thought was high. So we rounded up and we said that we'll pay this. It's a little bit high, but that's probably the highest we'll go. Our price that we came up with was a quarter of the quote that he gave us. Literally a quarter. And so we will be laying ourselves, like, we're not gonna hire it done, because that was so expensive. We did not think it was gonna be that high. It'll save us so much money just to do it ourselves. We already have all the materials and stuff, and we showed him and he still wanted that much. But now we're on our way to go get the bull finally. That's going to be it for today's vlog. So thank you for watching, and I hope you will like and subscribe.